Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, I wish you all a great start into the weekend and hope you had a great trading week. But as you know, Bitcoin never sleeps. The weekend is also a nice trading opportunity for some of you, potentially, even though I think it's good to take some time off the charts sometimes. Not that I would ever do that. I think last Saturday was quite interesting, wasn't it? We had a bit of movement last Saturday. It was quite an entertaining weekend last week. So let's see what the weekend brings. But let's take a look at only the microstructure in this video. Tomorrow we're going to take a look at the daily chart again. I wanted to take some time to take really a look at the microstructure here that happened today or that developed today. And quick overview here, just at the price action from the Friday low week ago. We've seen obviously some promising movement over the weekend. Last weekend we had this potential 5-wave move up, which we were watching for as a wave 1 or an A wave in the yellow count. Then we saw that pullback come. I think at the time Bitcoin really reacted to an ideal target here, and we came down. That pullback was a bit too deep, actually. That pullback was a bit too deep to be ideal, but it was valid. Bitcoin turned around and formed indeed a higher low. After a 5-wave move up, we typically expect a pullback that's corrective in nature. The only thing is that was the first warning. It was a little bit too deep to be ideal. What we're normally watching for is the 78.6 retracement, and if that level isn't respected, it's an initial warning. Okay, we didn't have any invalidation. Okay, and it was only a really swift break, and quick recovery. But that damaged something. It damaged something. The rally afterwards was not impulsive. We have seen further upside since then, but it was not an impulse. And because it was not an impulse, it opens the door to a lot of different interpretations. That's the problem, okay? Just want to explain that. We've seen a 3-wave rally here into the Monday high, a 3-wave pullback again, forming a higher low, another corrective rally, another corrective pullback, another corrective rally, forming higher highs and higher lows. And this is actually possibly a 5-wave move up. So we have overall, however, 5 up, 3 down, 5 up. That's an ABC structure. And it's possible that in the yellow wave count, which is an ABC structure, a corrective wave topped, which I've labeled as wave B, and we've started the move down. We already, in yesterday's video, saw this potential 5-wave move down. I added a resistance area to the chart in my first video today, published that also on Discord and even on X, I think. And we've seen a rally into that resistance area and a rejection. So today, the market actually did what we wanted it to do. Yeah, because the parameters were respected. So we saw that rally into resistance, that corrective rally in what could be wave 2 in yellow, after we had a wave 1 that we saw yesterday, and we got a rejection. Now, is this a turnaround? Are we breaking down now? Or are we forming, for example, a larger wave 2 that's also possible, or an extension in the B wave? Well, that has to be seen now. So far, it's respected really the micro count and the parameters, but I mentioned to you earlier today, to really confirm that wave 2 has stopped in the yellow scenario, we now need to see a break below that red line at $56,620. Basically the intraday low. We need to break below that, okay? Then we could be more confident that the 3rd wave down has started. I am leaning towards the yellow count until the price breaks above the intraday high at 58,540. It could still form a larger wave 2, and we could, as long as we stay below resistance, that's still a likely option, just an extended wave 2. But we would have to look at the structure when we break above the intraday high. For now, we've seen a rally in 3 waves that was substantial enough to be all of wave 2, and therefore a rejection happened, and it's possible that the 3rd wave has now started. But as I said, it takes a break below the intraday low to confirm that. Now, what happens if we break above the intraday high? And what happens if we then I mean, a break above the intraday high is not invalidation of the idea that the B wave topped, but it will be an invalidation of the idea that the wave 2 topped. So it could just be an extension, yeah, but if we carry on, it will also increase the likelihood of further upside extensions. The next target is then 60,700. And this could, for example, just happen in one more high in wave C of B. That's possible. But it also keeps the door open for the white scenario. Yeah, the white scenario is the bullish count, but you know, I would first be watching for an extension in the yellow count. The white scenario, for anybody who's new on the channel, if that's filled in, but I really need it filled in, it's a 5-wave move, but a diagonal pattern only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it would need to take the price to around about 64 to 65K. If I see 5 waves that reach 64K, I would be able to confirm that the 4th wave has bottomed. That's the 4th wave that started in March. Until then, I see this as a corrective rally. And as long as we only have 3 waves up, and at the moment we only have 3 waves up, I'm definitely at least cautious, and you know, I'm watching for downside for one more low. Not because I want it, just because I think the market hasn't confirmed yet that we've bottomed, and the trend is still down. Short term. Now, I'm also watching this descending trend line. It might, I mean, maybe we attack it on the weekend, right? If we get another extension to the upside, we might attack that trend line. Overall, I mean, if you zoom out, I mean, what we're doing here, we're taking a look at the microstructure. I try to help you understand the market structure from an Elliott Wave point of view. This is not so much predictive as such, even though it's worked out really nicely here with that 5-wave move down and the 3-wave corrective rally into resistance and the rejection. But it's not so much predictive. I mean, you know, we can identify the pivots and the next upside targets. And also, if we break below the intraday low, it will likely send us down to 53,370. Before I forget, tomorrow I'm going to send out the weekly newsletter, the MCO Weekly. We're currently writing that. It will be sent out tomorrow. If you don't want to miss it, use the link in the description. It takes you to our website. You can just register. All we need is just your name and the email, and then you get the MCO Weekly tomorrow. If you're interested in, you know, how it looks, this is it basically. We don't share this anywhere else. Normally just by email. You get an introduction, news around MCO and so on. There was an update last week. This is last week's, about the Hang Seng Index, a stock index that I find really, really interesting overall. So there's a TA about that. There's some mindset stuff in there. There was a cryptocurrency. We looked at TON last week. You get the Tradingview chart for that one as well. Different stuff about MCO, what happened on X, you know, what happened on YouTube, what is sort of featured as membership content, what happened on the website, our blog. Then we say thank you to various of your comments, and also like you get an overview of the economic events from next week and everything else that's gonna happen next week, sort of from an MCO point of view. So if you're interested in that, there's lots of value in there. Then yeah, just register. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Obviously, we now see a little bit of a recovery, right? That recovery that we see here is only in 3 waves so far, and this is now getting really into the micro patterns. But as I said, overall, we're just ranging. We just need to wait for those triggers to break. Now we are below resistance and above support, and this red line needs to be observed now. Again, I'm following the yellow count, but would not be surprised if it gives us a bit more of an extension to the upside. The thing is, even if we see further upside extensions, it is not going to be enough to confirm that all of wave 4 bottomed and this larger correction is complete. This will only be the case if we see those larger 5 waves up. So that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.